The potential Royal Rumble 2022 main event has been revealed. Plus, a top AEW star deletes Twitter, and a Ring of Honor champion attends a WWE Tryout. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Whilst Ross and I are far away at the moment, one thing that isn't far away is the Royal Rumble, which is, I know we've got day one to think about in a week or so's time, but the Rumble is nearly upon us once more, the true most wonderful time of the year. And we've had a little inkling into what could potentially be the main event of the Royal Rumble, haven't we, Ross?
Yes, we have, Tom. Just trying to work out what these red marks are on my forehead. I look like Devon Dudley. Anyway, the top matches on the house show, loop or whatever's going on at the minute, they're a strong indicator of what might come at a big pay-per-view such as the Royal Rumble. And McIntyre, of the Drew variety, not the other varieties of McIntyre, he's currently scheduled or advertised to team with the New Day against the Bloodline at all of the house shows in January, which means we could see New Day versus Usos to continue their feud. Like, we haven't seen that one before, Tom. They're always good, but we've seen it a million times, haven't we? And it could be on the cards that we see Daddy Drew McIntyre taking on the large canine tribal chief head of the table at the Rumble. What do you make of that?
I mean, they've had some bangers in the past. They really, really have. Like, they had a nice match at WrestleMania a few years ago, lest we forget. That was, you know, when Roman was the face and Drew was the evil heel. They had a fun match at Survivor Series 2020. Actually, in putting the news podcast together this morning, I went back and listened to the promo back and forth between Roman and Drew in the lead up to Survivor Series, and I forgot how uncomfortable the Thunderdome made me feel. It was just like everyone's talking with their indoor voice whilst it's just around. It's so weird. It's so weird. But I like it. I think that one thing it seems set in stone that we're going to get Roman versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So to have like a strong opponent to keep Roman busy and to put that maybe baby thing out there, they can have some fun in the build to that story, because you could have, you know, Drew saying everyone thinks it's a foregone conclusion that I'm losing this match, but I've got unfinished business with Brock Lesnar, and they could just have some big beefy boy battles, I think, not just at the Royal Rumble, but probably at whatever they do in February, Fastlane, No Way Out, Savio Vega as the mystery partner, whatever they choose to do as their February tradition. I'm up for it. I'm up for seeing Big Daddy Drew and Roman Reigns in the run-up to Mania.
I tell you what, I hope Roman Reigns clobbers Drew McIntyre upside the head, Tom, because Drew McIntyre on SmackDown, since he didn't get in that Battle Royal, has been I'm not going to mince my words here, he's been a pissy little bitch with his sword threatening Adam Pearce with murder and stuff like that. Just because he didn't get in the Battle Royal, you've had loads of goes at the title, Drew. Give someone else a go. Oh, I'm not in this match here. Boom! There is me sword in your table. It's pathetic. Go on, the big dog.
Ross made a Christmas song about you last year, Drew. You've fallen in the estimation, clearly. You've dropped off in the estimation. Ty Conti dropped off Twitter this weekend. So this social media blackout from Ty Conti comes following some rumours and speculation and accusation made by wrestling fans. So Sammy Guevara announced over the weekend that he and his fiancée are separating, and this led to some rampant speculation that Ty Conti was involved in some way. People going, well, they're appearing a lot together in Sammy Guevara's video blog. Oh, Ty said that Sammy taught her a moonsault, which, as we know from every rom-com, that is how... Yes! I remember, I love that scene in Love Actually where Alan Rickman goes to give her a necklace and ends up giving her a moonsault instead.
Hey, Tom, nobody's got a better shooting star press than Hugh Grant, let me tell you.
Exactly. So everyone has kind of put two and two together and got Twitter silly buggers out of it. This led to Ty Conti coming off socials. Since then, in the last couple of hours, one of her social media team have put up a post on Instagram saying that she's off Twitter, but we've got some sponsored posts and some other things that will be going up over Christmas. They're coming from us and not Ty. Merry Christmas. You'll see you in the new year. It's another case of a small minority of wrestling fans being bitterly disappointing and just being rude unnecessarily without knowing all the facts to people involved.
It is just a sad state of affairs where, you know, fans of any sort of genre, it's not just reserved for wrestling fans, but you see a big slice of news like this and you jump to your own conclusion and try and get a few numbers on social media going, ooh, could this be the reason? Ooh, could this be the reason? Forgetting that there's just, human beings at the centre of this bollocks who are going through a tough time in their personal lives. So, to be honest with you, Tom, I've got better things to do than to sit here with you on a Monday morning and speculate about Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti. So what's the next slice of news in this developing story that is so riveting?
Well, the only other thing to mention was that Sammy Guevara put out a tweet saying, this shouldn't have to be said, but my relationship with Pam ending had nothing to do with anyone else. Pam and I broke up back in October, and now it just now felt it was time to make it publicly known. Please stop pointing fingers and looking for someone else to blame. Good advice from Sammy Guevara there, mainly. Yeah. Ring of Honor news, Ring of Honor related news. So a champion in Ring of Honor got themselves a WWE Tryout over the weekend. And this is a nice story that I want to break down for multiple reasons. So the champion in question is the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Rok-C, who has held that belt since the title, since the division was reborn end of last year. Was it end of last year? Gosh, it feels like the Ring of Honor Women's Division has been all over the place. But either way, Rok-C kind of leaving Ring of Honor as the final champion until their hopeful restart in the new year. But she had a tryout at WWE this past week, along with many others. I'm really happy to see that WWE, because we talked about this on the news recently, Ross. We talked about how WWE are focusing more on sort of non-wrestling people. And to see a whole room of a performance center full of independent wrestlers having a go, it was good to see.
It is very good to see because you look at, there's some fantastic examples, Roman Reigns, for example, coming from American football and taking the professional wrestling world by storm with the machine firmly behind him. But you'd have to argue that Roman Reigns, as an example, wouldn't be where he is today without working with people who had been on the indies and did know what they were doing and had been plying their trade for 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it's been, on the grind, all that sort of sayings and that there, Tom. So it's good to see that they haven't completely sort of disregarded what should be their bread and butter, surely, as a professional wrestling company looking to take the best independent wrestlers from around the world.
Absolutely. So we don't know any more about whether or not Rok-C will be signed up. There's part of me, like, as great as it, hey, go make the money, go make all the money. But I like the idea of the Ring of Honor champions hitting the indies in the first part of next year and defending those belts in different places. We know that Jonathan Gresham defended the ROH title on Friday at GCW Blood on the Hills. We know the ROH tag champions are still in circulation, and we know that, and I like the idea of Rok-C taking it to different places and representing. But hey, look, if she gets offered something, who are we, Ross, to deny somebody making a flipping living off of the wrestling in 2022?
I know. Putting their family first there, Tom.
Absolutely.
They should be putting us first. We don't know them personally, but we should mean the most to them in their lives, okay?
I like your kitchen, by the way, before we end the news today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice to see your kitchen again.
Look at that. Put a new dish rack on the wall. How lovely, eh?
Oh.
All the mod cons here.
See, this is the thing. So if we're doing this for this week, I'm excited for a tour of Ross's home as the week goes on.
Oh, it's not as big as you might think.
That's what she said.
It's not a police. Happy Monday, everybody.
More news later on. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.